Hey, it's Malachi Church versus State. Yeah, I made a posting on a YouTube channel for the band Stryper, and they have a pyramid in the back of their name, and they said that was for the Trinity. However, when I looked at their first album, it wasn't there. It only became there after they became more popular. Now, some people say, "Oh, you're trying to dig into too much. You're trying to make things that aren't anything. You're trying to make them something." Well, I would then ask you to ask the one who created that logo and say, "Is this what you meant? Did you create it, and why?" Because, see, a little bit about me is just more than just guitars hanging there. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've been deeper than most people even know. And I've been involved with guys that were the pivotal people, I should say, that brought over, acts like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin. I mean, so some of the biggest names in rock and roll. And I've worked with a lot of different people. I manage a certain individual that was a promoter, a very large promoter, for years, only second to really. What's his name that did the Fillmore East and the Fillmore West. So I've been able to talk to a lot of individuals, and when I talk to people, I always, I'm more than a musician, I'm a Christian, and a lot of them know that. But I'm not just a regular Christian, I'm a Christian that seems to be the guy that people open up to on certain things, where when I say something they go, "Oh, well, that's interesting." It's like, I used to have a friend named Henry Hill, the Henry Hill of the movie Goodfellas. I was friends with him for about, I would say about 6 years, maybe 4 years. I can't remember. But anyway, so when I'd go to Vegas, and we only did this a few times, it's not like it happened all the time, we would have, we'd be with each other for all day, trying to hide out from everybody else that was bothering them. But we would sit and we'd actually have certain discussions that he would normally not have with other people. And it's the same way as been with different musicians. And that's just because that's how people have always been around me. And because of this, I've been able to get information on certain aspects of the business that other people don't have. Now, I'm not saying Stryper is evil. No, they're musicians. Look, most musicians have certain personalities. Having a studio for 25 years, I met a lot of personalities. Working with different people, I know personalities. I played the stage with many famous people. I played in front of 50,000 plus people. I've done shows, all over the place. And I've always been secondary because I never promoted my own music. Now, in 1999, I did have offers to be signed because I did have a song that charted #7 in the different charting aspects of radio, FMQB, New Music Weekly, Gavin Report, and things like that. I'm actually one of handful of people throughout music history who's been able to do this, and I've done it. I'm the only guy in the music industry ever to put out consecutive albums based on the Bible. I've sold close to 80,000 units on my own. Nothing now because things have changed since the 90s, and unfortunately most musicians will tell you the same thing. But I get insight on things. I could tell you to the T how much money the Elvis Presley party brought in last week. I can tell you exactly how much money Michael Jackson estate made last week. I'm involved with one of a very large musician entertainment groups that people go to book entertainers worldwide. I sit on the board, actually. I've been manager of some of the most famous, individuals, or family members of individuals out there. And been deeply involved in the Hendrix world. I know pretty much everything about Jimi Hendrix, down to the people who actually killed him and the whole issue behind that. So getting back to Stryper before I forget, I'm going to post a couple pictures right now so you can view. And you could tell me what you think. Now, I know a lot of people as Christians, they don't want to see this because they don't want to believe that their favorite band, who is a Christian band, who was out there helping people to God, would be a part of this. Now, I'm not saying that they were, but I'm saying that their handlers were. And this is the key. because that's been my world. I know the handlers of these people. You understand what I'm saying when I say what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people still come to me to get a hold of other people. Matter of fact, I can guarantee this point right on camera, to the T. There is nobody I can't get a hold of within about 4 phone calls. Anybody. Anybody. And that's why I don't have a phone a lot of times. That's why there's only a few people that really even get a hold of me. I mean, that's why I'm just now starting to do videos in 2014, because I felt I've been called to do it. I don't know why. I don't really want to, because now people bother me. And, you know, I'm not saying that you're bothering, but that's me. I'm a curmudgeon. I mean, I like to stay and do my own thing. I like to stay in my room, and yeah, I record albums, and I write things, and that's what I do. And when I get out, I enjoy it. And I'm not a guy that sits in a cave all the time, but I'm also not. I don't have to go out to feel importance. I don't have to meet people to feel important. But I just run across these people. So, anyways, in closing, I know that you love these bands, and I know you want to stand behind these bands. And a lot of the bands, the musicians themselves, really have no clue. It's always their handlers, and in reality, you always have to know who your handler is. In 1999, I refused contracts. I refused manager contracts with even so-called Christian people. I refused record deals with Christian record companies that were all for specific reasons. And those reasons were the people who were controlling them weren't really who they say they were. And that's what we all have to remember in all this stuff. You know, it's just Malachi signing out, you know, hey, I hope Stryper has a comeback or whatever. I mean, I don't like to say that about bands, because I understand the ups and downs and how things work. And anyways, but however, come clean, guys. Let us know who really designed all this stuff. And it'd be nice to know that. And therefore, we can go on and not have to even worry about it anymore, right? That's just the way it is. Trust me, I know more than what people think. And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying it because it is fact. All right, Malachi signing out, Church versus State. If you're a Christian, get involved. Get involved with your kids. Get involved in the music. Have a conversation. It's all about the conversation. It's like musicians. If they had an actual conversation with certain managers or certain promoters or certain guys in the up of the industry, and they sit down and really talk with them instead of them talking to them. That's what happens in music. You know, a lot of these promoter guys, they like to do all the talking, you know. And well, sometimes it's good to listen. Sometimes it's good to let them say what they need to say. But sometimes also, too, I know in the 80s, I watched a band, I know I'm keep going on, but I watched a band, what was their name? I'll post their name up here, I'll find it out, but they were kind of during the Seattle thing, and they signed with Madonna's Maverick Records. And I remember I was dating a woman at the time, she was a vocal coach, and I saw their contract, and I looked at that contract, and I go, why the hell would anybody ever sign a contract like this? I mean, they didn't make one dime off of her. She owned 100% of the publishing. That's where all the money is. That's why people have died over the years. That's why Jim Morrison was killed. That's why Janis Joplin was killed. That's why Michael Jackson was recently killed. That's why Jimi Hendrix was killed. It's all about the publishing. And the people who kill these people off for the publishing are never creative people. That should lead you back into what I've said before about the Canaanites, the son of Cain. They are not creative people, never have been, never will be. And they like to steal everything, and they'll do anything to get that money that they worship. Anyways, Malachi signing out.